My name's James Burrows. I'm from Springfield, Florida. I brought in a Renaissance Festival, which would represent everything that you would see in a modern-day Renaissance Festival. The important part that I wanted to do with this build is I wanted to do all the itty-bitty details that you would not normally see in a build. Everything from the pamphlets and brochures to sprinklers and the flowers, the pathway lights. I wanted to bring it as lifelike as possible using Lego so that when people look at it, they'd actually, the more they look, the more they'd see.
And this is a really massive, really cool build here. Where'd you start with designing this? Because there's so much here. Where'd you start with that?
I started out originally with sketching out the castle, which took me about a month, because inside the castle design, there's actual subliminal images, there's faces and different little things. On the front of the castle, there is two faces. There's Groot, and there's also a Ninjago character where he's yawning. On the side of the castle, I have a mask that if you catch it in the right angle, it's the Halloween mask, like the long yawning face. On the back, there's three different things. There's a skull, a Deadpool, and Call of Duty, a skeleton head. And that took me a month. Once I got done with that, it took me 3 months to actually assemble the castle the way I wanted it. And the castle is finished off on the inside from mid-level up. Unfortunately, you can't open it up to show you. The rest of it has just been a combination of adding the elements like all the games, the food vending, the pathways, Emmett and Wild style. They're getting married. I don't know what happened to Batman. One of my favorite little pieces I just acquired today, Brickslot brought it in for me, was the crystal fish, which I don't know where they came from because they were never in any set. The amphitheater stage, it was kind of a unique little build, leaving the back of it open so that you can actually see light in it so it wasn't dark. And then we hid a bunch of little elements in here. We hid C-3PO, an original Luke Skywalker from the Cloud City set, Princess Leia. But there is only one princess in this entire display, and she's in kind of a cool little spot. She's in the highest room in the castle. We got a little alien hanging out in the barn. I mean, where else would you find an alien?
Right.
So, but this was built entirely of brand new brick, except for maybe the filler brick that I used inside, for the supports for doing the landscaping. And the newest piece of this, which was the last piece I built, was the Studweiser beer wagon.
Okay, I just noticed that. That's really neat, actually, yeah.
And other than that, it's just been a combination of ideas. I hid things in there that only the kids would see. Like when you look through the entranceway, you actually see the gargoyle. Now it's almost like a Disney moment. But the parents would never see that just walking by. I mean, I wanted to have it appealing for the parents and for the children that can't see over the wall.
Right, and so there's a ton of minifigs in this display. Did you have all those before you started, or did you get a lot of those to kind of populate the display once you were building it?
All the minifigures in here, which including the Where's Waldo one, which is on loan from Brickmania, there's 661 minifigures, and these were all just from my collection. So I wasn't really having to go out and look for anything, which it was a big help. The total number of flowers, we started out with roughly 10,000 flowers to begin with, and we had very few left over. But I know exactly what's in the castle because of the inner supports and all the detail work. There's 35,000 pieces in that castle.
Wow, that's awesome.
All because of all the little itty bitty pieces that we used. Like if you look along the pathway, we did the pathway lights. And that's soon to be lit up, not at this show, but it will be in the near future. And we have plans to expand this. It's going to double and triple in size, hopefully by our next big showing.
Very cool. And if you want to talk about this end a little bit, we haven't mentioned much of the stuff down here. Do you have a couple favorite parts down at this end of the display?
Yes. Bringing in the games from a Renaissance Festival, you have little games like the axe throw and that, but one of my favorites is the Drench-A-Wench. Some people got it, some people didn't. it was nice when someone comes up to me and goes, everything that we see at the Renaissance Festival, you have it here. This is so cool. And so that was kind of it was a really good feeling to do that. I wanted to bring in a little bit of the old classic castle with the old dragons. So it kind of gave it a feel for people that maybe didn't understand some of the ideas of a Renaissance Festival. Then maybe they could relate to an actual older style castle.
Right. Well, I think you did a really good job with that. I love the whole display. It looks really neat. So thanks for talking to us about it.
Thank you.